Cause wait a goddamn minute. Why am I so late to the party? Why didn't I know about Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa, and Teyana Taylor? Baby, what? Oh, you're gonna love me. That shit looks so divine. It's almost look like they was made for each other. Them motherfucking pictures look like they supposed to be in an art museum. Like that shit looks so fucking French kid. I am here for it. I am here for it. That gotta be the reason why Lori was like, nah, I'm cool on him. Because you know Lori is not turning down no new bake, baby. She would have ate it up real quick. Oh, I'm just here for it. They look so damn good together. Like, what?
Teyana Taylor's world just got flipped upside down after a stunning turn in her custody battle. Reports claim a judge raised deep concerns about her parenting during a recent court session that left even her legal team blindsided. The issue didn't come from anything she did directly, but rather from her past connection with her ex, Aaron. Allegedly, the court questioned whether Aaron's presence around her daughter was appropriate. This came as a shock, especially since Aaron isn't even said to be actively involved in her child's life. But the court wanted answers. Was he a stable influence? Was his behavior setting the right example for a young child? Teyana appeared emotional under pressure as she defended her parenting choices. Fans online were stunned that her entire identity as a mother was being questioned like this. And now, her reputation and legal footing are hanging in the balance. The judge's concerns centered heavily around Aaron's recent behavior and online presence. According to multiple insiders, courtroom discussions brought up Aaron's history of erratic outbursts and social media rants. The judge reportedly asked if Teyana had allowed Aaron near her daughter despite his public instability. This line of questioning took everyone by surprise and caused tension in the courtroom. Teyana strongly denied ever letting Aaron influence or raise her child, claiming she's always put her daughter's safety first. But even her firm denial didn't stop the questions from continuing. The judge hinted that Aaron's behavior could be seen as potentially damaging for a child to witness. Now the court is digging deeper, reviewing visitation history and communications. What began as a custody hearing has turned into an evaluation of Teyana's judgment as a parent. And unfortunately, perception often outweighs truth in family. Court. People present during the court session described a visibly emotional Teyana trying to keep her composure. Reports say she quietly wiped away tears while answering difficult questions about her daughter and Aaron's role. Her attorneys quickly objected to the tone of the questioning, arguing that Teyana was being unfairly cornered. But the judge insisted that clarity was necessary before making any custody rulings. In response, Teyana stressed that her home is safe, loving, and stable, everything a child needs. Still, the emotional toll of having her parenting publicly questioned was clear. Fans were heartbroken seeing such a powerful woman look so vulnerable. Supporters began flooding the internet with words of encouragement. Teyana's moment in court has become more than just legal drama. It's a reminder that even strong mothers can be pushed to their limits under scrutiny. And for many, her tears only proved her authenticity. Outside the courtroom, public support for Teyana exploded across social media platforms. The hashtag #ProtectTeyana began trending within hours as fans came to her defense. Many argued that she was being unfairly judged simply because she's in the spotlight. Countless fans pointed out her consistent dedication to her daughter over the years, calling her a present and devoted mother. Some even blamed the system for holding women more accountable than their male counterparts. A lot of supporters questioned why Aaron's name even came up in court when he's allegedly not involved. Memes, tweets, and videos started circulating, calling out what they saw as a biased attack on a mother's character. Even celebrities quietly showed solidarity by liking her posts or sharing subtle messages. The public isn't just watching, they're standing beside her. And their voices are getting louder by the day. This court moment may seem small to some, just another step in a long legal process, but its impact could be deeply lasting. It's not just another formality. It could be the pivot on which everything turns. Teyana's legal team is now stepping up with more force, preparing to submit additional documentation in response to the recent doubts raised about her parenting. They are working meticulously to collect evidence that shows her as a stable, responsible, and committed parent. This includes everything from her child's school records, notes from teachers, and attendance reports, to statements from neighbors, friends, and other character witnesses who have seen her in action as a mother. They're doing all of this because the court's confidence seems to have been shaken. If the judge remains uncertain about the safety and stability of Teyana's household, there's a real chance that a child advocate could be brought in. This wouldn't just be a paper review. It would mean someone outside the case, a trained professional, would be assigned to observe and assess Teyana's home life up close. They'd pay attention to her routines, her interaction with her child, the environment she's created at home, and ultimately whether it supports healthy growth for the child. That kind of scrutiny, while meant to serve the child's best interests, is nerve-wracking. It introduces another layer of judgment, one that can feel deeply personal and intrusive. And it doesn't stop there. The court might also now ask Teyana to formally prove that Aaron, her ex, has no contact with the child. Whether or not he's involved currently, his past behavior and their history together are now casting a long shadow over her present. The judge needs reassurance, not just through her word, but through legal proof that her child is not being exposed to someone who might be a risk. So the stakes have risen dramatically. Every move Teyana makes from here on will be under a microscope. Legal experts are clear about this. One wrong impression, even if unintentional, could sway the judge's opinion. It might seem unfair, but that's the weight the system can carry in sensitive custody cases. So now, Teyana finds herself in a battle on multiple fronts. She's not just fighting for her rights as a mother, but for her child's future, her reputation, and her peace of mind. What makes this even harder is that she's always been open about being a loving, involved, hands-on mom. Her life has revolved around her daughter's needs, school, well-being, and happiness. But now, that identity, the one she's worked so hard to build, is being questioned. And that hurts. It's not just legal documents and court dates she's dealing with. It's the emotional toll of having to prove she's a good parent, of having to push back against outside noise and damaging assumptions. Even though Aaron may no longer be in the picture, his past mistakes are still being used as a measure against her. It's as if she's being punished for simply having been connected to him. The consequences of his actions are now falling on her shoulders, and she's the one being asked to answer for them. That kind of guilt by association can feel incredibly unjust. Yet, despite the pressure, despite the exhaustion, Teyana continues to stand tall. She's showing up every day, not just in court, but in real life. She's taking her daughter to school, helping with homework, making dinner, and doing everything a loving mother does, even with all this legal weight pressing down on her. Her legal team is not backing down either. They understand what's at stake, and they're determined to show both the court and the public who Teyana truly is. She's not the woman some might assume from headlines or courtroom drama. She's not weak or unstable. She's a strong, resilient woman who has made it through hard times and come out even more committed to her child's well-being. She's someone who deserves to raise her daughter without the past being constantly dragged into the present. She deserves the chance to move forward without her every decision being second-guessed. And there's a growing chorus of people who agree. Friends, supporters, even members of the community have come forward saying she shouldn't have to face this alone. They see her strength. They see how much she loves her daughter. And they believe that the court should see that too. The truth is, parenting is hard enough without having to constantly prove you're worthy of it. But Teyana is doing exactly that, and doing it with dignity, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. This moment in court may pass quickly on paper, but emotionally and practically, its ripples could be felt for years. For Teyana, this isn't just about custody. It's about her child's future, her own freedom to parent, and the right to live without being haunted by someone else's mistakes. And for that, she's prepared to fight with everything she has. For fans who've followed Teyana's journey, this is a hard pill to swallow. From her music career to her transition into acting and business, she's always balanced her hustle with motherhood. That image of strength and grace is now clashing with a very real legal struggle. But for Teyana, this isn't about image. It's about protecting her daughter's well-being at all costs. She's not just fighting courtroom battles. She's also facing judgment from strangers who don't know her full story. Yet even in the storm, she hasn't stopped showing up. Her recent posts show her focused on her daughter and holding her head high. There's something powerful about watching a woman stand tall when everything around her seems shaky. And while the court has questions, her supporters already have answers. They believe in her. That belief might not win cases, but it strengthens. Resolve. And Teyana is showing just how unbreakable she can be. In the end, this isn't just a story about Teyana and Aaron. It's a deeper look at how public figures are held under a microscope, especially when it comes to parenting. Teyana is being asked to prove something most mothers never have to in such a public way. The court will decide her legal fate, but the public is already showing where their loyalty lies. They see a mother being cornered by the shadows of a past relationship. They see strength, love, and resilience, and they're not afraid to shout that from every platform. The next hearing will be pivotal, and everyone knows it. Whether the court rules in her favor or not, Teyana has already made one thing clear. She won't be silenced, and she won't be broken. This is her fight, her family, and her future, and she's walking through it with her head held high. Teyana Taylor never thought her parenting would be scrutinized in this way. But now, every decision she's made is being dissected in a courtroom and across social media. Aaron's shadow is long gone from her personal life, but not from the judge's questions. Teyana is determined to show she's always had her daughter's best interests at heart. Her fight is not just about custody, it's about clearing her name and holding on to her peace. Fans are waiting, watching, and rooting for her through every twist in the story. The court may still have questions, but to the people who know her, the answer is clear. Teyana is a mother first, and nothing, not a former flame, not a courtroom, not the pressure of public judgment, will change that. Her strength is undeniable, and her journey is far from over. The world is watching, and she's not backing down.